singing. And we're dancing. And we're frolicking. We're napping. Napping. Napping.
What?
Sleeping.
Be quiet.
Bedtime.
Shut up so I can think. Feel like frolicking in the snow and picking up a snowball and throwing it in your face. That's what
God,
this
you're
makes
so-
me think of.
Everything is just so violent. Couldn't we just like picking up
In
a snowball?
in a world of like Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
All right, this is Productivity and Procrastination, episode 48.
We're a couple of procrastinators who keep procrastinating with our lives, our goals, our dreams, our futures.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. That's not the part where we say oh yeah. The part where we say oh yeah is after I say this next part. We're looking to get productive. We're looking to grow. We're looking to get better. We're looking to do better.
Oh, that.
Oh yeah. Alright, we'll fade the music out. Yeah, look at that sweet fade. That was a manual
That was
fade,
much.
ladies
That
and
was
gentlemen.
much better than last episode's clown car music that I couldn't get out of my head. We are noticeably darker. If you don't notice, if you don't have visual, capabilities.
Capabilities.
I am illuminating my room with an emergency, like, hand crank radio, like, flashlight thing that I have. It's kind of cool. And
It blinded us.
so we're just kind of having fun with the dark episode.
The dark episode. So, I didn't want to interrupt your cool intro, but whenever I think of snowball fights,
Yeah.
I think of the intro to the game Final Fantasy Tactics Advance, which was a snowball fight.
Okay.
That game was really good. I really liked that game. I played that game during my formative years.
I think of when I was a kid, when people used to pack rocks in their stinking snowballs and throw them at kids.
You lived such a terrible life.
I know, it was rough. I'm surprised I lived. Sometimes, yeah. Anyway.
Alright, James. We're in our dark episode. Show me the light. How was your week?
Ah, that. Oh, where is the light? Where is that light? Well, man, my week. Very hard or easy, depending on what you want to say about it. It was a heck of a lot of gaming with family.
Nice. What have you been playing?
Well, doesn't matter.
Why not?
Well, I guess I'll Lumi Island.
Nice. Is it any good?
Yeah, not bad. It's kind of like Fantasy Life
Oh,
in a way, mixed with a little bit of
gosh.
Stardew Valley, I guess, mixed with a little bit of other stuff. I don't know.
What parts of Fantasy Life? Because I loved Fantasy Life.
There's like various, jobs that you have to change into and stuff like that. Yeah, not bad. Except multiplayer,
Fantasy Life was
kinda
multiplayer
nice.
too.
Was it? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, so a lot of gaming, and every day, I was like, man, I've gotta do my stuff.
Your boom boom
And
pow.
I kept on pushing it off. Like, oh, I'll do it. I'll do that. I'll do it over here. Well, this morning I woke up. Wanted to wake up early, and I kind of did. And now I'm hearing an echo. Oh, you're cleaning your ear?
It itches. I'm listening though.
Okay. So, editing in a time crunch is not very good. Like, you can't just, oh, I got 45 minutes. Time to edit. Your mind's
Yeah.
like, no, what are you even thinking? So I started writing. I just said, you know what? I'm gonna write. And that went well though.
Nice. What was the last time you wrote?
It's been a long time, I'll tell you. And I thought, well, at least if I can write something, that'll at least be something.
Right.
That felt good.
A minute wrote.
Felt really good actually. Um so yeah, that's all I've done this week, Joe, is write a little bit.
Nice.
But the sigh is nice from feeling something. I think it's a step forward.
Yeah. That's sometimes some weeks that's all you really need, you know? Like it shouldn't be like like I always do want to stress. I think putting a negative feeling towards the things that we want to do is never good. It's it's to put too much pressure on it, I feel like will just get in your way. So I think there is something to be said about, yeah. You freaking wrote this week.
I
You
want to get
broke
you that thing
you
too.
broke the seal. And that's
Yeah.
awesome.
Other than that, I mean, it's been a nice week. I mean, I have enjoyed the game and all that.
So talk to me about Thursday. What happened on Thursday? Because you
Um,
woke up, it's your writing day, or it's
right.
your creation day.
Yeah. It started with an early morning cardiology appointment I had to go to, like 9 something. Then after that, I think it turned into me convincing Heather that that was a good game. Or something very similar. I don't know.
Okay.
And then be like, oh, we're just going to play for a few hours. No, that didn't happen. And then every day since has been like, oh man, let's play that. Yeah. so,
Nice.
so, yeah.
I mean, it's
And
always fun to have a new game you're excited about, though.
yeah, but there's always new games, so you gotta watch out. So that's 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 kind of what I was writing about too. Just like how writing feels and how I want to look forward to writing and look forward to these things instead of think about them beforehand, so that I can long to do them, just like I long to play a lot of games, So,
And I think the only way to do that is to make the feeling toward, like, the association towards them positive. Like, and I think the
well,
way to
I
do,
don't think I have to make it positive. They just are when you do them. At least,
right. So, what I mean by that is, like, not tearing yourself down, right?
Oh, I
Reinforce
see.
the habit. Um, and that's why I always, and then, like, reducing barrier to entry
Yeah,
as much as you can.
yeah. Well, yeah, that's actually a big part for me right now.
But yeah, I mean, so I had an issue with my Monday where I had something planned during the day because, the idea is not to have that, but it happened anyways.
Right?
And then I didn't do
I know the
anything with
feeling.
the rest of my day.
So you basically had the same kind of scenario I did with the one
Exactly.
appointment that decided, oh, no problem.
Right. And maybe that's the issue with having one day carry all the weight of our hopes and dreams and goals. Is that
Well, potentially. I mean, you're right. It does put all the weight on one day. Um, but there are a lot of benefits to having one day.
I think so? Here's what I think I want to do. I don't want it to just be one day. Like, I want to have that one day.
Mm.
Like, I want to have that day of just that's what I do.
And
But I
yet,
also want to be doing it throughout the week.
yeah,
I
okay.
want
So,
I want both.
well, that's definitely a way to shore up the weaknesses, that's for sure.
Yeah. And this
But
week,
it is putting more on you.
and that's fine. I want more on me.
Well, good.
I've been drawing more. I've been thinking about drawing more. I think I am successfully starting to distance the idea that excuse me, the idea that working on art means working on illustration, where working on art can mean any type of art. I love the
Where? Tell me where it is, Fräulein. Sorry.
I don't know. Was that a reference?
Yeah, it was.
Cool. Is that a Harry Potter reference?
I just watched Indiana Jones the other week. My daughter
Oh.
was referenced from that. Ah. Stay up a little late.
Yeah. It was movie night last night.
Mm.
But yeah. So the goal this week is to continue pushing towards doing it as a daily thing. Like drawing as a daily or art as a daily thing. It doesn't have to specifically be drawing. And then we're working on the illustration because, like, it's so close to being done.
Mm.
It's so close to being done. Like, I sit here, like, and I think about it a lot, my illustration, and like what I want to work on when I start working on it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the next time I'm working on it, and the things I want to change, and like what I'm going to need to actually finish up the illustration. And so It's so close. I'm excited. I'm also nervous.
Oh.
Someone posted on the internet, and I feel like it's going to be a good piece. It's going to be something that's going to kickstart my social media.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's going to... Having external pressure to create, I think, is good for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to reinforce things. Like, it's going to be like, okay, like you shouldn't create art strictly for external pressure. And I don't understand that. But I need that to help give confidence that this is something that I can do. Like, if people are like, oh, I want more, I want to, like, there hasn't been a point in my life where someone was like, I want more of your art. And so I'm excited for that to happen.
It's been a long time, and you deserve that. So
I hesitant to agree with that. Hesitant? Yeah, I'm hesitant.
well, you artless wonder you in the beginning has now become somebody who does art. It deserves something. That's some serious commitment and a lot of hours. And yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
it will help
Gosh.
validate all that time and effort. Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
And it will spur you forward. That's for sure.
Yeah, it will.
I'm sure, that, of course, you put anything on the internet, you're going to get some haters, but they always
Oh,
they exist.
I mean, if they take the
That
time to
doesn't
hate on
matter.
my piece, that's good enough too.
Hey, that's true. If
Yeah.
someone wants to hate on our podcast, we'd probably enjoy that too.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of fodder to
Yeah.
go for.
I mean, have you looked at that face? Oh, you
Here,
said
I've
hate.
made
Never
it.
mind.
I have dimmed our faces a little bit, so it's a little,
Yeah.
easier to
this
bear
is this
today.
is this is for you guys. We did
right.
this for you. Not because any other reason. But no, it's so close. I mean, theoretically, I should finish it today. But after this episode, I'm gonna go back to sleep, and then I'll wake up and do it because I'm not gonna do it in this sleepy brain.
Ah, yeah, I've had some sleepy brains last few days. I went to the sleep test thing this last week too, and
Oh yeah, have you got any results
So-
back on that?
no, that's going to be early December.
Hmm.
But yeah, they definitely thought some of my my oxygen levels weren't exactly great when I was sleeping. So put it that way, I'm probably going to be set up for something.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm looking forward to that being good. It's nice to be able to breathe at night.
I've heard that. I'm not so convinced, but I've heard that.
Yeah. Right. Understandable.
Yeah, I mean, there's more to achieving your goals than just doing the thing you're trying to achieve, right? There's your health, your family, your mental state. Like, these are all things that you have to consider when you're trying to achieve these things.
Yeah, I mean, if we happen to see like this vast difference once I'm sleeping and breathing at the same time, um, who knows how much of a percentage change that could happen because of that. I'm looking forward to it.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a big deal. I hope everything goes awesome. And you get some real good sleep. Because you've earned that.
I think so. I should need that. Um, so so yeah, it's like you look at the year, you know, and there's ups and downs. There's times when you're like gung ho. There's times when you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's time when just getting up and doing the bare minimum is a good feeling. You
Yeah.
know, I guess what I'm trying to say to people is that through it all, it's the consistency of looking at the tasks that you want to do and never giving up.
Yeah.
And even if it's a pathetic week by even your own standards, it's okay
Persistence.
sometimes.
Yeah. It's
As long as you keep
persistence, not
going.
perfection. That's what we're always working towards here. It's not... Because you're not... I mean, you can have a perfect week, right? But if you only have one perfect week, then you're shooting yourself in the foot. But if you'd have 4 unperfect weeks, you're still gonna get more done than your perfect week. So it's about making sure to give yourself the leeway to have bad weeks and have, well, not even bad, like low production weeks. Because a
Yeah,
lot of the
it's like
times
the
I'm more
math
about
has to
that.
work.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you could string together a few good weeks here and there, or you could have mediocre, well, yeah, let's not even say mediocre. Let's say your life only allows you to work on something like an hour every week. Like let's say
Mm-hmm.
you were in that scenario. We are not, but let's
Yeah.
say you are. That would be very similar to us where we or I am only choosing to do like an hour
Yeah.
worth of work right now. You can still do something. Like I just found that out this morning. Like I wrote some words, man.
Mm-hmm.
It could be possible, and that's encouraging too.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, you could string together a perfect day every week, or you could have a few at like an hour every other day, and maybe you could still, keep going as long as you don't give up hope and as long as you continue down the path.
Yeah. Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I think it's the more the goal is required, like the more the work for the goal is required, I think you will naturally ramp up to it. So, like, let's say we're working on something, and a goal is approaching, or like you're naturally, I think, going to start to ramp up towards that if that's what you want to be doing. And so there's a couple things I wanted to talk about, like external goals, like external pressure, to get things done, and how to incorporate that into our goal creation. Hey, what are you doing over there?
Evan?
Um, how do we? Because there's no urgency, right? Because there's, I think urgency, I think, is the best way to put it.
Uh-huh. Keep going. What are you, like, being distracted or something?
Ah, jeez. Oh no. So for example, this week, yesterday, was it yesterday? It was the day before yesterday. Day before yesterday, I had my friend Joshua come over, and he brought over his Warhammer 40k things, and this was planned a week before. And I ended up getting a Warhammer 40k little set of little goobs. I made my goobs, and basically I had finished all of my goobs the same day, about an hour before Josh was going to come over. And so, like, I had, taken the time to make sure to plan, to make sure I got them all done in time, and did all of that. Because there was a date on it. There was a final date. I had to get them done. A final date and time. Having deadlines like that, I feel, are good for goals, good for projects. Because they give a sense of urgency. And I'm wondering how we can maybe try incorporating that into our weekly goals.
Well, I mean, just like today, I got up and did something because of the deadline of I have a podcast. I've got to have something done. I'm not going to do nothing this week. So yeah, that deadline pushed me to accomplish at least the bare minimum this week. Incorporating deadlines into the things that we do definitely could help, just because of that.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. How legalistic you want to make those is kind of, maybe up to the person. But, I'd like to think that whatever it is that it gets you moving is probably pretty adequate.
Yeah.
If it doesn't make you move...
So here's the issue with self-imposed deadlines. They feel so hollow.
What's the alternative?
I don't know. Is there a way we can have external urgency?
Well, I mean, that's... I don't know. I'll have to think about it, I guess. I mean, what? Other people making up your schedule? I mean, that's just a little weird, isn't it?
Oh. This goes back to accountability.
Yeah. To a certain degree.
So, what I guess would it be a good way of doing it would be I say a specific goal, let it be known, and then work towards it and giving updates towards it.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And so that way there is that external pressure, aka accountability, and that type of thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, if you got something in mind, I guess go ahead and throw it out. But otherwise, just think about it.
Gosh dang it, I should. This is fucking... Excuse my language, but... Okay, what is today? Today is the 20-something. And I want to get this... By December 7th, I want to make sure that this illustration is done and posted.
2024?
Of 2024. I figured that was given, but you know what? Let's do that. Let's make sure we're accurate. So December 7th, I'm gonna add a new channel in our Discord that has goal dates. And then what you can do is underneath that specific like goal date, start a thread, right? Where you can like talk about your updates and that type of thing. Or maybe you don't even have to do that. Maybe just
Well, anyway, regardless, we'll have something in the Discord on that.
we'll have something in the Discord and come post your goal dates and start working towards them.
Right.
And try to make them as realistic as possible or don't. And we'll see what that feels like too. Because, I mean, realistically, I should be able to finish today, but I'm giving myself some extra time because I feel like that's just playing it safe. But if I don't have it done by December 7th, James, you have to shame me. No. No, it's not positive reinforcement. I'll have to think on that.
You do that.
I'll have to have a good reason why if I'm not done by December 7th. Yeah.
All right.
And maybe including some external goal times will help with a sense of urgency. I'm writing it down. 2. Okay. Perfect. What are your plans moving into this next week, James? What do you? Because you have a couple things you want to be working on, right? You want to be editing your story.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do you want to be also writing this week?
Yeah, I want to write a little bit. That's for sure. And I would like to edit. Yeah. The editing thing, regardless of what I keep thinking to myself, oh, I can just do it. No, I need a big time for that.
Mm-hmm.
But the writing thing, I've proven just even today that even in, an hour sitting down is adequate for the writing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to make it so that I write at some point this week.
Right.
And Thursday is Thanksgiving. My goals this week are to write some.
Yeah, heck yeah. And that's okay. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfect week, especially with family and all that.
Yeah, Thursday would be my day to edit. That's not happening. So
then yeah,
I'm going to write this week. Yeah.
Find some time
That's
to
my
write
goal.
this week. Heck yeah.
And I'm going to be happy about that. I'm going to look forward to
Doing
the
some
next
writing.
time I can do some editing on a Thursday, which should be the next week.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, but let's just assume I did have Thursday and it wasn't a special day. Then yeah, I think I would want to make a goal to edit some and do some writing. I'm excited for both of those things. So
Nice.
you
Okay.
know,
Well, I think
sometimes
that's a
it
good
just
goal.
takes a little step forward just to get you excited about what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. It's like, I feel like it's a snowball, right? And the more you do it, the easier it becomes to do. Like, starting is the hardest part. And then it builds and grows. And then you end up hitting some sort of pitfall. And you have to basically start over again. And it's like we're trying to figure out how to avoid those pitfalls.
Well,
Because,
as best we can.
yeah.
There's going to be life pitfalls, but
Yeah.
and if you kind of look at it the same way, what is thrown upon you in life, or what is what pit of your own digging you have done. Um, they're both road bumps, along the way. And how do we hit those bumps and keep going?
Exactly.
Not to flat our tire, but to keep putting along, the bare minimum.
Yeah, and there's gonna be times where the bare minimum is all you can even do. Sometimes that might be too much, and that's okay. It's not giving up and just persisting, because as long as you're persisting, it means you can still do it.
Yeah, so I'm excited this
I am too.
time around.
I'm gonna try to make sure that I'm drawing every single day. I am still using the Habitica app, and I've been liking that. I have had to do a thing where like you can set like little like daily goals, and one of my daily goals in the app is to open the app. Um, but it does help this like sense of feeling like I'm already accomplishing something by just opening up the app, which makes doing other things a little bit easier, I've noticed. So, because it's like, oh, you've already gotten one thing done off your list by looking at the list. And I think it's silly, but it works. And I open up the app daily now, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Is there anything else you want to yams about before we close it out?
No, just optimistic for next week. Looking forward to Turkey Day.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Heck yeah. Alrighty. Well, thank you very much for listening. We will be back next week with our thoughts on Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Gobble gobble, everybody.
Go.